You met that 7-year-old kid last night.
Yeah.
Right? He sang every song.
And he's only been alive for like 2 album cycles.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys went up on stage with the Jonas Brothers.
That was so awesome.
But it
was
happened
like-
so fast that it was like no time to process.
And then you guys got Frankie Jonas out here?
Yeah.
So did that lead to that? How did that all
He actually bought my son a comic book on the second day of the tour. My
that's so nice.
son came to the show wearing like a Spider-Man get-up, like from head to toe. An hour later, he comes back and he had went and bought a Spider-Man comic book.
So the new album, where'd the name come from? Joy Next Door.
The house that my wife and I are raising our kids in ends up being like only 5-6 streets away from the house that I grew up in. So
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know what it feels like to fall for love.
The Maine, how are we doing today, guys? I haven't seen you in so long. So it's good to see you guys.
Yeah, you too.
So your 10th album is on the way, which blows my mind, because it was like in 2014, December, I met up with you guys in Joshua Tree when I was with Alternative Press. You guys had the house out there. And that blows my mind how long ago that was. That was album 5 though. So how does it feel as we're going into album 10?
My daughter is 6, and in the time between now and when she drives is the same distance as from now backwards. So Love It Lonely,
which was the record after that
American
one.
Candy, which
So
is
that just like
Yeah.
it all just happens
I
way
think
too
what-
fast.
what's
man.
crazy though, it does, I know it's a long time ago, but it doesn't feel like it was a long time ago when we were in that house.
No.
No, it does not.
In a weird way, it's like it kind of felt like the start again, like in a weird way.
Yeah.
In that record. So yeah.
So looking back on that now, 10 years, 11 years later after that, how did that record go like for you guys in your discography? Does it feel like a big impactful part to who the Maine are today?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Am I pretty? Do people like me yet? Is there a party? Am I invited?
We just got to play some anniversary shows for that. We did 5 in Jersey and 3 in Anaheim. So to play it and to revisit it was it's very nostalgic, you know, because that was the first record other than Pioneer where we like went to a location. That was the first record that we didn't have a real quote unquote studio. And so we rented that house, and I don't know, I think revisiting those songs from our perspective, I think at least for me, it was like there's some really important songs to me on that record, and I haven't listened to them in a long time, so it was nice to revisit. Yeah.
Well, and also like some of those songs we play a lot. So like it wasn't that weird in a way where it's like if we did Black and White in full or something, it'd be like, what are these songs? Where like, you know, there's some staples in there that kind of stick around.
But inevitably, like there's plenty that we leave out. Just because the sheer volume of material that we have.
The whole catalog.
So like there were a few songs like My Hair or Same Suit, where it's like we revisited those, and it was almost like breathing new life into it, and it was really fun to kind of simultaneously play them again and then also remember what it was like recording back at that house.
And you guys did the 3 Nights at Chain Reaction for that, right?
Yeah,
we did.
That's so cool. Just before it closed down.
Yeah, it's wild timing.
It was.
Because 2 months before it closed down, I think you guys were out there.
It felt special being back in there. It was cool.
Because that's still to this day, I think that's the venue I've visited the most in my life. Just because I've done so many interviews and stuff out there. And being a band from like any side of the coast in the U.S., I feel like everyone knew Chain Reaction. It was like,
it was so important.
that was
like
one
a
of
rite
our
of passage.
That was one of our first shows of like, oh wow, we're really doing it. Like,
and even prior to being in a band, there were so many live videos from that venue of bands that we loved growing up.
That iconic wall with the Chain Reaction.
All the bands from Drive Through.
Punk rock vids.
Punk rock
I'd
vids.
refresh it every day to see if someone posted. It'd be like every 6 months there'd be one.
To say sayonara to it was pretty special for us.
Yeah. It's sad times that it's gone, but I'm
for
grateful we got to experience and that you guys got to play it.
Yeah.
And now you guys are dropping the 10th album. of
Yes.
your career. Same lineup the whole time, right? You've all been a part of the 10 albums?
Yeah.
That's absolutely wild, because I can't even think of bands that have like 10 albums.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
I mean,
very weird.
We're pretty like on the schedule. Like every couple of years we have one come out. So here we are, almost at 20 years. So divided in
Every
half.
other year. That's pretty much.
pretty wild.
So Joy Next Door is what it's called. And right off the bat, what was so unique to me about this, I've heard the whole thing a few times. It's great. Shout out to your team for passing it along. But this thing was written and recorded in order of how
Yes.
you wrote it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard of that being done before, but where did that kind of concept and idea come from, and how did it make the production of this go?
I think Pat was sort of like the catalyst, because he had kind of floated it into my brain. Like, we've never done a concept album or written from a place of like a theme,
Yeah.
right? And I didn't want to go so far as to make a concept album or call it a concept album, because I feel like that's kind of scary and it can get like sci-fi maybe, or like psychedelic. But I think this was more like in sequential order. We tried to think of it more like a film.
Yeah.
So in our studio we have this little like picture frame that puts up digital photos, and Garrett would put up, like, I had a theme for each song, and so it was.
It
I
helped
don't know if-
it helped the balance of everything, like knowing where things felt as we were moving along the process, like what was needed,
and for having done it 9 times before, it's like it would be easy to make it formulaic at this point. Like, and Pat had said it a couple of days ago, but it's like when you place the emphasis on the record in its entirety and not get kind of suckered into the like, this is the single and this is the, you know, I think that helps kind of spread that intention across the record from start to finish. So it was definitely more challenging, and I think we do that on purpose, just to, maybe it does frustrate at times, like it does bring the madness, but I also think that it makes it helps bring like a focus to the record in some way.
Well, especially because if we've done so many types of songs where if you're like zoned in on one kind of arching thing that's supposed to happen, it is difficult, but at least you have something that you're going for, instead of like, oh, this song sounds like this, just make it sound like that. Like everything had to fit together in like a way, or it wasn't going to make the record. So yeah, it was hard, but it was worth it, I think.
You did it. Usually I always hear it's so hard to find the order that these songs were going to go in. We didn't know if this one was going to go where, but this time around you guys just kind of...
Yeah, the hard part was like then telling the story, because all of the songs predominantly had just melodies, right? So it was really attaching the songs instrumentally to these kind of these chapters, if you will. So then after that was done and I started kind of penning the lyrics, it was definitely more difficult, but in a lot of ways, putting up those parameters kind of aided in knowing what the song should kind of be about. So yeah, I think for us, it's just, again, it's like Jared said, it's kind of cyclical, like 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. And I think for us, we just love being in the studio. We love making music, and whatever the newest song is that we've created is always the thing that we're most excited about. So now is really the time when, you know, we try to like let people know just how excited we are, and try to get them as hyped as we are.
Put the car in park, but don't get out. Think I need a second to myself. Today I woke up finding that's the problem. I'm sick of dreaming in the melodrama. I wanna be alright to fall forever.
And the first song on it opens up with Green, which is the color behind this album. Because you seem to do this color thing for maybe, I feel like it started with American Candy, but maybe it started...
Yeah, American Candy was where we took it to the extreme. Yeah.
But so this opening track is green. I saw people outside, green wigs, green shirts. It looks like St. Patty's Day out there. But so when that was the first song you wrote then, was Green, and how did that kind of shape what the album was going to become?
That was one of the first two, yeah. Okay. And that one, I think because of the slow burn, and then kind of how triumphant it gets to at the end, I felt like that was, we felt like that was like a good representation of maybe what's to come in the album.
Maybe this is what it feels like to fall. Maybe this is what it feels like to fall.
I mean, I think that the like cerebral thing would be like new growth. And yeah, and for us, it would be really easy to think of it as like a new departure, but I think this is just like a widening and a broadening of perspective, and I think we try to focus on that every time we go in and make something.
And I think for me there was something in, you know, the album begins with acoustic guitar and it just sounds like an acoustic in a room. It's not perfect, and there's a lot of piano and like organic instruments on the record. So I think like green and nature to me feels very like organic in that sense. So I think it fit well. And this is our 10th album, so we're getting it's
Running out of colors.
Slim pickings on
There's only so many colors out there before we get
Roy G. Biv.
yeah.
And you guys announced it like with these. I saw that drone video that you guys announced. How did you guys coordinate that or make that happen? Because that just looked so cool and modern.
Yeah, there was a company based in Phoenix that just so happened to have their offices like a block away from the 8123 garage.
Oh, cool.
So we hit them up, and they happened to be fans of the band, and they wanted to be a part of the album launch. So it kind of like all the stars aligned to make it happen. So it was cool.
And then there's the car. You guys are driving around to fans' houses.
Yeah.
Is that right? So what's the deal with that? Like, you are showing up unexpectedly at people's houses and not terrifying them?
No, so we're letting people know. We're talking to them in advance. We have a meeting place. We're you know.
But how did that idea come to be, and what's that been like for you guys being able to kind of surprise fans?
I mean, that was really cool. Well, it was hot as shit because Arizona decided to be like 100 degrees in the end of February.
Heat in Arizona?
Yeah. But yeah, so me and Pat drove to like I don't know, what's Tempe Marketplace? What do you call that?
A meetup.
Mall.
A mall. Yeah, like an outdoor mall.
remember
And so
those.
some people signed up, and we got to show. We did like a cash cab kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
Where
Getting them in the car?
Yeah, we were like, if you get this question right, you get to pick what song you want to hear, and if you get it wrong, we'll just show you what we wanted. And so we did like 10 groups of people, and it was really cool to just get that like immediate reaction from people.
Yeah.
And like think like what they chose to want to hear. Like one girl was like, I want to hear the really sad one, and we had to be like, which one's the sad one? So yeah, it was just a fun experience to just kind of show people like that.
And you guys have been at this like 20 years, and I said earlier, it's the same lineup, all albums, that you guys have been doing this. What do you think it is about the four of you that has been able to just make this happen? 5 of you, I can't count.
I don't know. I mean, I think first and foremost, we enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
I think we have good parents.
Yeah.
I think
Good
like
hey, shout out mom and
it's
dad,
like-
everybody.
I think everyone's like pretty normal. Like there's no weird stuff happening.
I think and then
Good
from
chemistry
the creative
and-
side of things.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's
say,
just-
creatively, you all still are fulfilled
Well, I
working
think
together.
we all are like we're the same but different in a lot of ways. So I feel like it's sort of I guess the sum of all the different things that we enjoy kind of makes us who we are at this point, especially now that we've done it so many times. But I think there's a lot of areas where we do converge, and there's a lot of things that we do agree on, which I think that keeps things super healthy too. So
And I think early on, early when we started, we always admired longevity in artists, and I think we're just so fortunate to be able to still do it, and it doesn't feel like it's getting smaller or stale or, you know. I think for us, it's been like so much fun to be able to play new venues like on this tour that we haven't played before, and more people than ever before are showing up. So it's not, I think when you keep having firsts, those are the things that
Shared experiences that we like for a long time that we've been able to kind of all be a part of. So it just kind of continues to grow that. But
yeah, there's like a not having fear to try something new, which I think a lot of other artists sometimes get like scared if like something didn't quite go the way they thought. Like I think we're always just kind of looking forward and like really wanting to push it and see what we're even capable of doing, and the fact that all 5 of us are down to do that is like I think pretty special.
Does it ever blow your minds how big it's gotten in the past 20 years? Or like,
Absolutely. 100%.
Because I remember when you guys first came onto the scene, and I was in high school, and it's just like grown into like, oh, you guys are one of the staple bands of the scene. You're like, there's bands now who are bands because they inspired you guys. And I remember I went to one of your shows and I saw like Halsey rocking out like in the sound booth, where it's just cool to be like, whoa, you guys have really resonated so wide.
It's so weird.
And then further proving that is just like the whole 8123 family and like what that's grown into. You've been able to make a festival from it. So what's kind of the past 20 years with your fan base been like, kind of developing it into this family? Because it seems like that's kind of a key to what's let you guys grow and expand.
Yeah, it's like this intangible thing that you really can't like figure out how to put the words on, because it's just like evolved over time and become something that like people are really looking forward to coming to the shows to see their friends that they know from the concert. So it almost makes the band like a secondary thing in all of it, you know, because they have their thing first and we just happen to like be there, you know.
Yeah, we're just the band.
Yeah, the 2 most special things to me are like the faces you've seen for some 150 times, and then brand new faces. And last night in the crowd in San Diego, there was a 10-year-old girl that was celebrating her birthday and seeing us. This was her first concert, so it was like the kind of the parallel universes kind of colliding. I think that's the most special thing.
And longevity, talking about that, just
For
seeing
sure.
like multiple generations who are seeing you guys for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
that's
It's
so
a good
weird.
thing. It's also hard to be like, oh my god, we're getting old. It's crazy.
Time is flying
And to
by.
mind my mouth.
But it's incredible, like that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, I saw you met that 7-year-old kid last night.
Yeah.
He sang every
Every
single
word.
Oh,
every
yeah.
song.
And he's only been
7.
alive for like 2 album cycles.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, all of this
I don't know
stuff.
all the words.
He wasn't born when You Were Okay came out.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's a lot of catching up.
And
dude.
that is still
I'm
recent.
Yeah.
Context. So you guys right now, you're on the I Love You, But I Chose the Maine tour, which has just kicked off. So you did San Diego last night. Mikey Way come out on stage.
Yeah.
Which
What
was
the heck?
so
First
cool.
band I ever saw in concert was My Chemical Romance.
Please welcome Mikey Way.
So I gotta just like fanboy about that. How did that happen? You guys
I
like
mean,
homies with the NCR boys?
we're still fanboying.
Yeah.
It was crazy to look over and like Mikey Way is playing with us and he's doing like all the Mikey Way stuff. Like it just looked like Mikey Way.
You'd be Mike. You're like, wait, am I with the right band?
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Well, it was a
And,
trip.
it was just, it's one of those things where you're like,
We were
This is
joking about
nuts.
it earlier. It's like so many bands are like don't have bass players anymore, and we're like, "F it, let's put 2 bass players.
yeah. Only bass player features from now on.
From now on, who wants to play bass with the Maine? And when I saw him on stage with you guys, it reminded me, because I also spoke with Frank Zumo earlier this year from Sum 41. They went up on stage with Jonas Brothers. You guys went up on stage with the Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
That whole thing that they've been doing has been so sick. What was that experience like? Because it's the Jonas Brothers.
That was so awesome too.
I mean, as well oiled as you could.
So professional,
Like
yeah.
incredible musicianship, like complete gentleman. And it was just, I don't know, but it like
It was
happened
like-
so fast that it was like no time to process. You know,
Yeah.
like we did sound check. It probably took 30.
It was so
They played
smooth
it
and
one
like
and a half-
it was so smooth and so like easy that I was like,
What's the catch?
I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
wait,
so.
we're
It was
done? So we're done. It was
That there,
crazy.
yeah, there was like zero time to.
It was almost
to
too quick.
Be nervous.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was
just
crazy because
just super accommodating. Like the whole. Like yeah, it was.
And you guys are so used to playing like shows now. Was that like a different level of show? Did it feel like? Was it- was it-
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's one thing like I feel like supporting a big band, but then like getting brought out in the middle of their like heater of a headliner set, it was crazy. It was so cool that they're doing that, and like so grateful they brought us up.
Yeah. Just to be asked was insane.
And then you guys got Frankie Jonas out here.
Yeah.
So did that lead to that? How did
Yeah,
that?
so
yeah.
I watched his set at that show. And was
He's
like,
so funny and
this
cool.
is
By the way, he
awesome.
seems so awesome.
Dude, such a stand-up guy.
So nice.
Really like him.
He's
So you caught his set?
Yeah, I caught a set, and it was literally like the perfect timing. Like we were working out who was going to be the opening act on this part of the tour.
Yeah.
And we hit him up, and he was down, and yeah, he's been absolutely incredible, man. He is so cool.
Great
He
person,
actually
great energy on stage.
He actually bought my son a comic book on the second day of the tour. My
that's so nice.
son came to the show wearing like a Spider-Man get up like from head to toe, and I like introduced him to him, and then an hour later he comes back and he had went and bought a Spider-Man comic book and gave it to my son, which was
That's
just an awesome moment. But that just is like an example into what kind of a guy he is. So.
Yeah, and the Jonas Brothers in general seem cool. I remember one time I had heard, you remember the song Sucker? I'm a sucker.
Oh, yeah.
When that was like on the radio, that for some reason, I didn't listen to Jonas Brothers much before, but that was like, I was like, oh, these guys write bops. This song's great. And I made like a tweet about it, of me singing it, and all of the Jonas Brothers replied. They all retweeted it, and I was like, you guys are so cool.
Yeah.
What? So I've been loving to see what they've been doing in the years since then. But what's coming up with you guys with this tour? So you're going over to Europe with it as well for the new album, and it's just kicking off here. But what can fans kind of expect on this run?
We're trying to keep it fresh every night, switching out songs. And,
cool.
Yeah, and more surprise faces along the way. I don't know if it'll be all bass players, but
We're gonna try.
I really want to try. Yeah.
Wait, I got it. I just realized your mic flag is upside down. Let me awkwardly now do this on camera. Hey everybody, this is what happens when you're a one-man show trying to set up.
Oh my gosh.
booyah.
Oh shit, the worst part's to plug back in. There we go. There you go. It's like it never happened.
I'll take the blame for
we'll
that.
fix it in post. I'll say he set it up. But yes, and you had mentioned kids, family.
Yeah.
You got a comic book. So what's kind of that? How's that changed being in this band, touring all the time when you're all married, have kids, or there's just life going on outside of it, but you guys still manage to write all the time, tour all the time? How has kind of your personal lives or whatever affected the band, if any way, or you've all seemingly been able to work it into your life now?
I mean, I think it's about intention and being very mindful of your time and trying to maximize being at home as much as possible, but also being able to go share, this thing that we're really excited about. So
Would you say that we're time maxing?
we are time maxing.
Time maxing. Someone tag Clavicular.
Time
I love
maxing.
it. You guys, that's who you guys need to bring on stage. Clavicular, looks maxing. You've
Well,
already
what
face
time is it?
maxing.
It's like almost 5. We've lived 6 days already today.
1 hour. That's 2 days for me.
Yeah.
Another
30
hour.
a.m.
That's
I wake
another 2
up.
days.
But I also think it has a lot to do with support system.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
our wives are legends for what
Yeah.
they do. So
And I'm glad you guys found good teams.
for sure.
Yeah.
To be a support team while you guys are on the road. 'cause-
Couldn't happen without
No,
that.
not even
It's-
remotely.
It's too hard. I mean, even when we're all home, it's every day's hard. So.
Yeah.
The night is still young, drunk and alive. I look around, it's nice to feel small again. Everyone's here, all in rare form. Don't make a face, but we still hate the aftertaste.
So the new album, where'd the name come from? Joy Next Door.
It's all kind of part of the record, but the long short is the house that my wife and I are raising our kids in ends up being like only 5-6 streets away from the house that I grew up in. So
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah, so it's kind of this internal struggle of remembering how great life is and trying to appreciate every moment.
And I hope you guys do that because you're always so busy with the amount of records you come out with. I hope you do take time to like step back and kind of appreciate the fruits of your labor.
Trying.
'Cause it's
Sure we
pretty-
do.
Trying, we
I'm sure
try.
You're in the
Yeah.
studio and there's a new bassist on stage again. It's just-
We'll save it for the 20 year.
save it for the 40 year.
Yeah.
That's when
Exactly.
I'm still young, drunk and alive. I look around, it's so nice to feel small again.
Is it weird, like when you've been slower time, I'm assuming more time being parents or a husband or whatever else, to finally kind of be back in that lifestyle that you guys have been doing since you were like 15 or whatever?
Very strange. Very
Easy to
strange.
get back into it, right?
It's
They've
just
fallen
as
into it.
tiring. Maybe more tiring. Yeah.
I had a weird moment because I got to go home and sleep in my bed last night after like 2 or 3 shows in, and I was like, I remember standing in my living room at like 1 a.m. and I was like, I shouldn't be here right now.
Why am I
I
home?
was like, what am I doing in here?
And then I believe next month you guys are playing on Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Our next guests have been putting out their own brand of rock music for nearly 2 decades. Give it up for the Maine.
that is awesome
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's another kind of career goal that you guys get to achieve. So you guys looking forward to that? Obviously?
Yeah, again,
Yes.
like those firsts that are happening.
Still,
I think those
20
are
years
what
in.
fuel the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad called me. He said, "Well, let me know the exact time it airs so I can have it on the DVR."
You're gonna record it.
He's getting
Yeah.
ready to record it.
He's gonna record it with his handheld.
Holding back with the
Yep.
video camera.
Yeah,
the same
exactly.
camera I filmed your birth on.
Yeah.
I'm filming the TV. So what are you guys going to play on that? Some new stuff, old stuff?
New.
Nice.
Die to Fall. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, cool. And off the new album, you guys got any favorite tracks off of it? Like I saw an Instagram post where you guys were asking people to claim songs, pick their favorites. Which you guys got some favorites on it? I got mine picked out. Let me tell you mine really quick.
Yeah, let's
I don't
hear it.
want to stumble on the name here. I have so many note cards, boys. This was a mistake to try to do. Oh, there's actually a few favorites, but my favorite one right now is "Alone for a Year."
Oh,
I love
okay.
that track.
All right.
All right.
But what about you guys? Favorite songs off the new album?
Palms, I'll go first.
Palms is my second favorite song, so great choice.
I'll
man.
go with Green.
Green, okay.
I'm gonna go. It's not over yet.
That's my choice as well.
I'll go with the last song and then.
And then, so when it came with this album cycle, when you came to the last song, the 11th track, did you guys know, okay, this is going to be an 11 song cycle, an 11 song album?
We were close to having a 12th one.
Ooh.
And there could be a time where if we put the right pieces into place, we can finish it. But where we left off, the 11th felt like the perfect moment.
It wrapped up this concept of
Yeah.
writing it all in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But April 10th is when the new album, Joy Next Door, drops, where
Yes, sir.
everyone can check that out. There's a few singles out from it now that I know are floating around. Palms is one of them, I believe.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
so everyone can go check those out. But for now, the Maine, catch them on tour, and they're going to be going to Europe at the end of or later this year. So that would be great. But the Maine, thank you for chatting.
Thank you.
Thank
Congrats
you.
on the new album. Good
Yeah.
luck on the rest of the year, and I'll see you soon. Hopefully.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thanks, dude.
Thank you.